Wolves are now on a 4-game win streak after picking up the win in Houston against the now 10-30 Houston Rockets, who were 1-11 in their last 12 games going in tonight. And you can tell that's just a team that's plagued with inconsistency, which is kind of the mark of a bad team, as we've kind of seen with the Wolves through a lot of this year. And a lot of times games are described as a tale of two halves. This one was more of a tale of the first 3/8 and then the next 5. In the first 3/8, the Rockets looked like the damn Globetrotters, even through this horrible stretch they've been on. It was like almost every scoring play was a highlight. Big-time dunks from Kenyon Martin Jr. Şengün looked like damn Jokic out there, which he actually tends to a fair amount, but it's just kind of another thing of the consistency level. He completely dominated that first half matchup against Gobert. The Wolves were insanely sloppy. They had 7 turnovers in the first quarter alone. D'Lo was the main culprit in that situation. However, he did have a very good shooting night, especially from 3, so that kind of helped us out and nullified some of the mistakes he made, especially early on. Anthony Edwards was questionable coming in tonight, as he's been a little banged up the last couple weeks. And you can kind of tell he was not driving the ball with frequency. It was a lot of jump shots tonight, and I've said that's been my favorite thing about Anthony Edwards this year is the frequency at which he attacks the rim and is constantly driving. The Rockets also did a ton of damage in transition and just played with such pace and confidence that they came out with the first punch that the Wolves just were not ready for. But the Wolves did respond and had a much better 5/8, as they would have a huge run to end the half, so they're only down 4 after going down as much as 20 in the second quarter. Then things really switched. Şengün had 18 first half points. He wouldn't score the rest of the game, and Gobert had a really great second half. Fourth quarter especially, he was really killing it. What I loved most about Gobert's night was that he tried to dunk everything, which is like my favorite thing for a player to do, is just always try to dunk. For Wolves peers, if you remember year 1 and 2 Andrew Wiggins that just tried to slam everything, oh, I love that so much. Kind of year 1 Ant was somewhat like that too. His frequency of trying to dunk on people is less now, but I feel like it should always be Rudy's go-to when he's around the rim. He hasn't been trying to dunk in traffic a lot, and he's going for a lot of just awkward layups that are just never good for him. But if he just tries to dunk, he's going to draw a lot more fouls, and he'll pull them off a lot of the time. I don't think he missed one tonight. Big energy plays that get the crowd involved, and it's just a lot more intimidating for all the players out there, too. And it was kind of memed in their last game against the Clippers. Gobert has this great move, and then just blows this wide-open layup. And Cat's on the bench. He's like, dunk that, and dunk that. And Gobert listened tonight, and I hope he continues to do so. You saw another great night out of Taurean Prince. He was really our one bench player that really stepped up. Nas was good, but only got 10 minutes. Jalen Noel had probably the worst night he's had in a while. Only got 11 minutes, but I'm not going to complain this night about the minutes sent to Jalen Noel, because he did not really earn his way onto the court tonight. Was sloppy, took some threes I didn't think that were really necessary, and fouled a bunch too. Wolves started the fourth quarter on a 17-2 scoring run, and that's really where the game was kind of decided. I feel like most of the performances from our team were a step back tonight, but Rudy was really big, and I thought all of our forwards were good, and Kyle Anderson, Taurean Prince, and Jaden McDaniels. And one note that I'll talk about with Jaden that I don't think I've mentioned much in one of these videos is he's really stepped up his rebounding game. Early on, this Timberwolves team was really struggling with rebounding, and you've seen Jaden and Anthony Edwards involve themselves a lot more in helping out with the boards, and that's helped the team a ton, because when it was just Gobert or just Gobert and some cat getting rebounds, we were really struggling, and we needed the entire team to get involved, and you're seeing a bit more of that recently. Also, even though I didn't love the way Ant played tonight, I want to applaud him being out there again. He still has yet to miss a game, which you got to appreciate, you got to love. He's such an exhilarating player. He's been banged up. There's a lot of people that would sit out, and in this era where stars are continually doing that, appreciate Anthony Edwards. Not a pretty game to get our 4-game winning streak, but you just got to get the job done, and I'm happy they did so. Our next game is against Detroit, which is a clear example of where they should have won, and they just clearly didn't on New Year's Eve, where I was just so very sad with them losing to Detroit at home. So let's not do that again. Let's take care of business. How about 5, huh?